Welcome back to Scrapping with Lefty. Here's Lefty.
Well, welcome to a new video. What we got here is a 3-phase contactor for air handler system. If anybody comments, oh, you should try to resell it. This is bad. It's not any good. It comes out of the building where I work at. So it's scrap. So that's a model number. Okay, so it's upside down. Way I got my camera already in it. It's hard to tell what side's up. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this cap off first. A little bit of steel in there, but these are the goodies we're going after. Nice chunks of silver in there, nice copper. I'll take these aluminum lugs off. Maybe, maybe not. Wow, these are like really in there. Well, got to figure something out for that one there. Hopefully not this one too. Hey. Got that lug off. This lug off. But they're bigger Phillips. Gotta find one with a decent bite. Ain't doing nothing. Alright, we'll figure out something with that. Probably just going to have to rip that right out of there. Being that it's threaded into copper, it should be easy enough. Using that for later weighing. Now there's screws here. They're going to hold these in. Unscrew that. What I am thinking is if I put this on a vise and then crank on this and crack it, it'll come loose. Let's give that a try. Okay. I'm going to put this in here. Pair of vice grips. Let's give it a little turn. Want to be able to get that break that loose. There we go. Okay. Okay, we solved that problem. I'm thinking that if you don't have a bench vise or vise, you could put it in a pair of channel locks. Grab a hold of it with channel locks and give it a crank and to break it free. Okay, so I'm going to continue on taking these out so this video don't drag out too long. We'll stick with it. Now that I'm up on these upper ones, should be a little bit easier. Now there's more on the underside of this. There's going to be more copper. And you see what was going on with this was that the contacts were like really pitted. And you could see the scorch marks. So what was being that it wasn't making good contact. It wasn't getting the amperage that it needs. And the blower motor wasn't too happy. It's a nice piece of copper and silver. Okay, so now there's a few screws here in order to get this top part off. Okay. This on it. Nice heavy steel. More steel. Piece of wire. Now the copper is inside this. Surrounded by plastic. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give this a crush in the vise, and then I'll bring them right back. I thought that this was going to be hollow on the inside, but it is not. It's actually molded around it. See how the copper is like stuck in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to give it a dose of BFH. I think that's good enough. I don't think they'll squawk too much about it. It'll be mixed in with other copper. Okay, so now we'll weigh out, see what we got here. We're on pounds. Steel, about 1.8. It's a pound. That's roughly 11 cents. Right now steel's going $10–11 per 100 pounds. Actually, we're going to turn this off. Bring a smaller. Ounces. Aluminum. One and a quarter ounces. Piece of wire. Okay. Quarter pound of number 2 copper. It's 3.7, almost quarter pound. Figuring $4 a pound. That's a buck. Oh, there was this for the steel. That's another 7 ounces. Now these guys, $5.98. Say 6 ounces. We got 6 ounces, and we'll figure if you can see that, it goes just along this line here. So what I'm going to do, what I'll end up doing, is I'm going to melt this off with my jeweler's torch, and I'll show you that setup in another video. So we're 6 ounces, and we'll figure say 2%. Stay conservative, 2%. 2% of that is my math is not mathing, but they're nice chunks of copper though. I don't want to take a shot at a yield. But in any event, it's a nice score. And we got this one, and this one here is not a 3-phase. So we'll do that in another video. That one there is like that's a nice score. So, hey, scrap safe. Peace.